This video is going to be a little bit on the fly. As you can see, I've got my lunch, I've got my steak and eggs and avocado. And the reason why this one's going to be on the fly is because I have a whole ton of stuff I've got to do today. Like, my schedule is really packed, but I want to make sure I'm still hitting the 5 checkpoints that I have to hit today, which one of those is creating content. And I thought this would be really good because I started having some ideas about this, especially since this is my first really busy day and not figuring out what I can do to get everything in. While I'm eating lunch, I can make a video. So I can combine those two things. But one of the big questions I've been asking or even thinking about is going, well, what happens when you have a busy day? How are you going to get through? How are you going to get through all of this and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish? And I started thinking, part of this is about your priorities. What are you prioritizing? What's important? And how are you going to get there? And one of the most important priorities you need to have is taking care of yourself. It's eating enough, sleeping enough, drinking enough water. If you're not prioritizing your health, you're not going to have anything. You can only sustain full throttle action if you are taking care of yourself to begin with. If you're not taking care of yourself, you're not eating, you're not sleeping, you're not drinking water, you're not exercising. If you're not taking care of yourself, you will crash and burn, and it's going to be hard. You're not going to be focused. You're not going to be able to give your best if you're not taking care of yourself first. Priority number one is you, your health. That's priority number one. What are the top priorities that you have to get through? For me, my top 5 priorities, you've already seen them in the previous videos for the obstacle course. And one of them is making videos, making content. So now I'm seeing you can combine different things. If you've got a packed schedule and it just seems like you just don't have enough time, what can you start combining? Where can you start fitting it in? Maybe it's not 100% the best, but it's at least where you can start. I want you to be able to continue on. I want you to be able to keep going even when things aren't perfect. It's when you keep going when things aren't perfect, that's what's going to show you that you can. Okay, now we're going to get to the writing portion. I've already done one 25-minute writing session. My writing sessions are starting to look like 25 minutes on, 5-minute break, 25 minutes on, another 5-minute break, another 25 minutes on for a third session, and then a 5-minute break. This is also known as the Pomodoro technique, if you're not aware of that. This is the second day that I've been using it, so I'm seeing how it goes. Yesterday it seemed to go pretty well, so I'm trying it again today. I'm going to work with this for probably about a week or two, see if I like it. If I like it, I'm going to keep using it. If not, we're just going to try something different. But again, I've got my writing time that I'm getting out of the way. I've got my video that I'm doing here with you. So I'm combining these two things together to give you a behind-the-scenes look of how I work and how I'm operating and what I'm doing, and at the same time getting everything done. So there's no need to feel overwhelmed with things. You're doing what you can do. And I want you to think too of looking at what your priorities are. How can you get the most important things done? Those things that move you forward. Things don't have to be perfect. They just have to get done. So I want you to focus too on being active and being imperfect and being messy, and it's perfectly okay. Because given that we take action enough times, we're going to get to where we want to be. So I'm going to get to this writing session now. So I'm really glad I got the chance to make this video for you today. I hope you started noticing how even when it feels like you don't have enough time, even when it feels like you're not doing enough, that you can actually fit in the most important priorities and really succeed in a big way. Because it's just about looking at what's the most important that has to get done right now. And what are those things that move you forward? So for me today, even though I was extremely busy, I still found it very important to make this video for you, to stay accountable to what we said, working toward that 90-day goal, and even giving a little bit of behind the scenes of
if I can just film this video when I'm making lunch or when I'm eating lunch, that starts helping save time. When I can show you me doing some writing and everything, that's me being able to create content while creating other content. So it makes it to where I can still take care of my priorities and get everything done in the same time. Anytime that we feel like we don't have time, that we don't have enough time to be successful, that just means we need to start looking at what's really important. We need to look at what it is that we're using that time for, because when we can use our time effectively, we can be extremely powerful, because we have the same amount of time as anyone else in the day. The big difference is how we decide to use it. So I hope this has been valuable to you, where you can see, even if you feel like you don't have time, you have more than you think. As long as you focus on your priorities and what's important and what moves you closer to that 90-day goal, getting just a little bit better every single day, you will reach it. And that's what's important. So I will see you tomorrow, holding you accountable and holding me accountable. And until tomorrow, take action now.